Watch this. Most players fake the reverse pendulum serve motion perfectly, but generate zero spin. Here's the one detail they're missing. This lesson covers a serve many of you have been eagerly waiting for, one we've never taught before in this course, the reverse pendulum serve. In modern competitive play, this serve appears constantly, yet very few players truly execute it well. Many can imitate the general motion, but they fail to capture the real essence. So what is that essence? First, the spin on this serve is critical. A lot of players produce a decent-looking action, but what they're really doing is just guiding the ball over the net. They make the reverse pendulum motion to keep the serve short, but they're simply pushing the ball across. When you face a strong opponent in competition, this serve must actually be effective. That's what this lesson will break down. I want you to truly master the spin on the reverse pendulum serve and the tactical combinations that follow it, a proper, systematic approach. Now, the key characteristic of the reverse pendulum is that its power framework differs from a regular side spin serve. Let me demonstrate. With a standard side spin serve, the force goes from outside inward. You open up and pull in. That's side spin power, so the ball travels faster off the bounce. But the reverse pendulum actually generates more spin than a regular side spin serve, even though the ball moves a bit slower. Think about it, the forehand also moves from outside to inside, but the forehand benefits from waist rotation. When serving, honestly, you can't rotate your waist that much. So most serves rely on opening the chest and closing it back together. That means regular side spin serves mostly produce rhythm changes or subtle spin variations. Now here's the first key point. The reverse pendulum works from inside to outside. Both use core power, but one goes outside in while the other goes inside out. That distinction is fundamental. It's like throwing a punch. If this is your target, striking from inside outward generates much more force. But pulling from outside inward, that power drops significantly. This is why so many professional players favor the reverse pendulum and use it so frequently. In high-level competition, even a little extra spin, just that bit more, can completely change the outcome and momentum of a match. So the first thing to understand about the reverse pendulum serve is its power principle. The inside-out principle gives the reverse pendulum a longer acceleration path compared to the outside-in side spin serve. Now, when first practicing this serve, let's talk about the grip. It's almost like making a fist grip the right half of the racket firmly, both front and back. Look closely. The ring finger rests against the racket's shoulder, the middle finger and above press against the rubber on the back side, and the pinky sits alongside the ring finger. Just grip it like a fist. Don't hold it loosely. If your index finger separates too much, the force won't transfer properly and your power will leak out. With the fist grip, force transfers directly to the center of the racket, making your power more concentrated. This lets you use short explosive force with a braking action, short burst plus break. You can actually hear the difference in the bounce and the ball catching sound. That's an important detail. So that's the grip. Second point, racket angle. After gripping, some players lay the racket too flat for the reverse pendulum. Flat can work, but there's a critical issue. When you want to serve topspin, it becomes problematic. If your racket angle is too obvious, any high-level opponent will read your spin instantly, and even the heaviest spin becomes no threat once it's predictable. Instead, point the racket head downward, keeping the racket angle more upright. This way, serving topspin becomes very deceptive. You can flatten the angle after contact. And when adjusting to backspin, tilting flat to brush underneath is equally natural. So remember, start with the racket head pointing down. Practice the inside-out force, the fist grip, and this deceptive racket angle separately before combining them.